I have the Pelican in one of my boxes.
Well, they have a massive range of new colors now called Edelstein. And have you seen them?
It comes in a bottle.
My goodness, the colors are so rich and vibrant and so prolific. So many colors, you have no idea which one to pick. So, as you've noticed, there's a little directional arrow on the cap. So make sure it's facing the Japanese. Otherwise, you know, it could mess with your head. It's true. So, what I tend to do is this. Hold the brush like you would a pencil. Notice when you write, normally you would face there. What I want you to do is keep the tool that way. Keep the hold. Roll over onto the half muscle. Notice I've kept the hold, I've just rolled over. And I want to rest on my little finger. I'm going to lift the tool up, which means my hand is going to rock over a little bit. Now I know that that's how I hold this, which is not that far off from this. I'm not doing this, and I'm not doing that, and I'm not squeezing it. The other thing that's really important to note is this. Look how high up I'm holding it. Most of you are holding it here. I'm holding it higher, not just because my hands are bigger, but because this is the motion. I'm not asking you to do this. It's just a little motion. So the wrist will push down and lift up. Can you see that? So I'm staying on the little finger. The next thing you have to consider is this. The brush needs to move horizontally. This is the direction of the flourish. Hairline, pressure, release. Hairline, pressure, release. Press, twist, turn, tilt, and lift. And that twizzles the filaments back together. So if ever the brush, because that's a hairline, that's not. So clearly the brush has gone a little bit wide. So I would do this. Or that. So I'm going to press quicker, and I'm going to press really quickly and leave. So you have basic strokes are 1, 2, and 3, 1 and 2 and 3, or 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, or press quickly and leave, or press quickly and leave slowly. If you hold the brush on its side, you can also do that. I prefer, I do not hold the brush on its side. Don't write with the brush like this because you will unravel the bristles. It will damage the filaments. These are very good brushes, and if you don't treat them properly, they will simply not work properly.
Just played around with copper plate.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way to make a flat top of a letter?
Yes.
What would that brush stroke look like?
I will show you after I finish this.
Okay.
So, but essentially it's this. Right. 1, 2, actually I'll do this on a separate page because I need to get around it. So one of the things you have to be careful of is ink, because it will get on you. So we have 1, 2, 3. So I've turned it because I want to go 1, turning it again, 2, 3. So the brush is always parallel, or rather it is along the axis of the direction of the movement. So in order to get this, I had to turn the page this way. In order to get that, I had to turn it that way, and in order to get that, I had to turn it that way. So essentially, I'm rotating through the movement to get to the point where the tool can spread. Now, if you're holding the brush down here, what will happen is, look, the bristles are pushing against each other. But if you're holding the tool, if you're holding it down here, you're actually holding it like a pen, like a normal pencil. You only have 30% of the tool to play with. To hold it vertically allows you to get much more out of the tool. So let's do that again, and a longer stroke. So we're going, notice I've turned it. So we're going hairline, 1, hairline, 2, hairline, 3, hairline, 4, hairline, 5, hairline, 6, 7, 8. So as you've noticed, if you go and lift, you get a flattened edge. That's quite a difficult, sophisticated lift, which takes a little bit of practice. Now to do the top side, you want to start in almost the same place on the opposite. And I'm going to lift my hand off because I can, and because there's wetting. So not the best flourish.
Whatever.
Varying structure. So we can go out and in and out and in and out and in and out and in and out. The smaller the flourish gets within the proportional structure, the faster it is. So we would go and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9. So by increasing speed as the flourish gets smaller, you give it vitality. You give it a little bit of life. Now we can add some hairline flourishes. This is why I love the Feud 8. You have such range of scope with what's possible. I love these because you can do this, and you can do this little sort of beautiful kind of this sort of palm structure, and then from there, because you know that's a basic stroke. Then we go And it's nice if you can go from there to there, there to there to there to there, to there to there to there to there to there to there. So you should be able to produce that variety of delicacy of line, from a heavy, delicate line all the way up to a true hairline. You should also be able to go back into that and the brush will allow you to do this. And this is an absolutely magnificent tool. Right, so the pen. How does the pen compare to that? Now I actually need some good paper, so I will nick this from you.
I think what I'll do is I'll scan these and send them to everyone. Is that good?
So this is a Chris Yoke holder. And already I'm on the side. So we've gone from here. Now, there is another reason why teaching you what I've just taught you is so important. This hold, or this hold as people are using, which is madness. I honestly don't know how people write with this pen hold. It must be so difficult. This hold for a pencil cannot work for copperplate script, because if you're doing copperplate script and you're holding the tool this way, well, the only thing that could possibly happen is the reverse of that, because you're facing in the opposite direction. So obviously if you're facing in the opposite direction, you really should be writing in reverse. So already I'm holding the pen, rocking over, going up onto my little finger, because that actually gives me the ability to move from here to there. So that's a massive shift. Are you paying attention? Now, other trick. I borrow the pink card. And may I borrow this very quickly? So I'm going to add a little bit of lift. Now this is quite high, so I am really going to work here. So I'm adding a little bit of lift. And I'm going to stop my hand from sticking to the desk. So I normally put this under here and this on top of the desk. So we're going. So look, I'm already facing the axis of the script. I'm going to write a G for a reason. I know we weren't doing any calligraphy today. So I've done this. I've done that. Sorry, that's a terrible G. And I've done this. I've done this. Up, turn, back into the bit there of the stem, and come back out and so that's how I sort of do a side flourish from a lettuce. Let's work on the side flourishes a little. I don't really need this. So we have 1, and then we have 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and hairline, 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 and hairline, hairline, hairline. Remember, out, in, out, in. So you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. From there, you could always double flourish. So this is your basic pattern. From that basic pattern, you could add more things. Now, obviously, because the nib is more rigid, it can produce some very different shapes. So you can get this, which is 1 and 2 and press and out. You can get 1, 2, 3, 4. You can get 1, 2, 3. Or by flattening the tool, you can get that, which doesn't mess up my nib. So I'm using a 122B. Or you can do this for a hairline. And then you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we go face the direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it around. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, once you know your tool well enough, you can hatch a side of it. Now, hatching is really important because it assists with contrast. So if you had a before, so I've now turned, I'm turning the pages I'm going around. I've done this exercise for a reason. And I'm going to add some hatched